So as I mentioned before, if someone pushes the button, you can have that alert sent out to a camera and then have that real-time view directly from your mobile app or even from your dashboard, or even in the case of the contact sensors, your door sensors. If the door is opened after business hours, I want all my security guards to receive an alert as well as a live view of the camera that that door is connected to. Well, that's all achievable and direct insight thanks to the Meraki cameras and the Meraki sensors with our Internet of Things. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and transition now into a demo of our dashboard, and this will be a live demo, so bear with me as I get that ready. All right, so what we're looking at now is the Meraki dashboard, and we're looking directly into our San Francisco network. If you're already an existing Meraki customer, this should look familiar. If not, every Meraki investment you make will appear on this dashboard. So as you can see, we have a full network portfolio from firewalls to switches to access points. And then as you invest in our cameras and sensors, that will all appear on the same centralized dashboard. The beauty here as well is that if you have Meraki switches, since the cameras are powered via PoE, if there's ever an issue or the connection goes out or whatever the case might be, you'll not only know that, hey, which camera is having an issue, but you'll know exactly which switch port that camera is plugged into, and then remotely be able to run a throughput test or even do a power cycle directly from your Meraki dashboard without having to go on site to physically pull ports or pull switches and try to remediate. You can do that in a matter of minutes or seconds. From an organizational perspective, under administrators, I can add separate role-based permissions. We are synced up with Active Directory as well, so if your organization is large, you can set role-based permissions based upon user levels of access. But of course, you can do that individually one by one as well. So if you're a superintendent at a school, or maybe if you're a teacher and you only want them to have camera view-only permissions versus maybe an access to the entire network, you can grant them camera-only permissions directly from here. As I scroll up to cameras, I'm going to jump to our video wall. And our video wall enables us to customize up to 16 different camera views, all under a single pane of glass. And we can have these video walls customized however we want, and we can have as many video walls as we want across the dashboard. So as we can see in San Francisco, we have our bike rooms covered from the entryway to the interior. We have our stairwells covered, as well as our outside terrace. Outside terrace is a good example of our MV52 bullet camera here, which is that long-range telephoto camera, and then our MV72, which is more of our wide-angle camera on the outdoor perimeter. The IDF is always fun to show off, not just because we're geeking out on IDFs, but because these IDFs are actually pitch black. So this is a good example of our infrared in action, or IR, on our cameras in action here. So our cameras all adjust to no light, low light, with our infrared technology built in. Now, as I mentioned earlier, our cameras have different machine learning, different AI built in. So out of the box, the cameras will come with people detection and vehicle detection already. What that's useful for is researching incidents. So let's say in this example, I wanted to know when a bike went missing in our bike room. And I know that a person walked and entered through the entry here, maybe last Thursday around 9 a.m. is when the bike went missing. So we can just use this time bar to use natural language to go ahead and type last Thursday, 9 a.m. is around the time frame I think the bike went missing. And then on the bottom here, what we can do as it populates these motion recaps, I can hit people only, and it'll drill it down to specifically when a person crossed that threshold. So let's say I know that, hey, the biker was wearing an orange helmet when the bike went missing. I can then play that video out. I can jump from scene to scene. Let's go 10 seconds ahead and watch him enter into the bike room. Oh, that was a little bit too much. So as he opens this door now, what I can do is jump from the entryway to the interior of the bike room, and the dashboard will maintain the same timestamp integrity, being able to show us that video play out across multiple different scenes, as we can see here. And then from there, I can go ahead and hit share, export the clip, or even share the link internally with different admins, or I can also do a couple of other things. Let's go ahead and open it up in its own window so that I can do a little bit more research. Maybe I want to know what his badge was said or what color shirt he was wearing, for example. And let's just jump back a little bit into 10 seconds back. And let's go ahead and play the video out. But these cameras have different zoom functions built in. So in the MB72, this is our varifocal lens camera, so we can go ahead and zoom in and out. We can play the clip, clip by clip as needed. And then from here, what we can do is, again, we can export the clip, share link internally or externally. This is a function that a lot of customers ask for, especially with the need to include law enforcement, for example, or maybe people outside of your organization. We can go ahead and share this link directly to organizations outside of your dashboard and share this clip externally, whether it be live, real time, or even previous recordings. And the recipient will have access to this clip for up to 24 hours before it automatically deletes. And of course, security is top of mind, so everything is encrypted end to end. So a couple of different ways to research incidents using that motion search function, and also to be able to zoom in and out, and also to be able to share that footage or export that footage as needed. Really quickly, as I jump over to settings, this is where I can configure the quality of retention. So based upon the areas of interest, or maybe by the resolution, quality, audio, this is where we can dictate how many days of onboard storage that 256 to a terabyte of storage will really achieve.